Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Sarah Smart, and tonight I'm going to be talking about Reiki. Reiki is universal life force energy that's all around us. So with Reiki, there's so many different traditions and so many different types of Reiki. And they go through 3 different attunements. Reiki 1, you learn hand positions. Reiki 2, you can learn how to do Reiki from a distance. Reiki, setting it distance healing is just like saying a prayer for someone. It works in the same manner. As we know, everything in this world, everything with our thoughts, it's all about intentions. So what Reiki does is it just attunes you in to the life force energy that's all around us. We already have it going through us. We already have it within us. It just helps us to focus on it, tap into that energy, and then direct it to a specific person, place, thing. Okay, so sorry, let me get back to the levels of attunement. And then there's Reiki level 3. And Reiki level 3 tunes a person to become a teacher or and to pass attunements. So I have gone through all 3 levels of Reiki, and I've read so many different books on Reiki, and I absolutely love Reiki. Reiki really, truly does work. It's amazing. So I'm going to show you my favorite Reiki book. This book is well loved. It's The Magic of Reiki by Penczak. It is amazing. It talks about not only the history, which most books discuss the history of Reiki and the origins and Dr. Usui and how it was brought to the United States, but you will learn all of that in Reiki 1 if you take the class. They go over the history of it, how Dr. Usui got the downloads, how he started his practice, and then it goes from there. So what makes this book amazing is Penczak is an amazing author. He takes very complex ideas and distills them down into like common, denominator of ways that people can understand in layman terms, and it's not complex the way he describes things. And it's awesome because in Reiki 1, you're taught the hand positions, so you're given the attunement so that you can do hands-on Reiki or slightly off the body, and you're given the hand positions. There's different hand positions, so the book goes through that, and goes through the different hand positions. And then Reiki 2, you get the symbol so that you can give distance Reiki, and then Reiki 3 is again the attunement to pass on the attunements. So there's symbols that are used. Again, though, once you've been attuned, what the symbols do, it's like turning it on or off and directing the energy. But when you're first practicing, you'll want to use the symbols. But after a while, you can just think about Reiki and it will turn on. But I love this. Like, you can go to the index and say, what do I want to do? I want a symbol for chronic fatigue. And in this index, it says go to the symbol of Shanti, which is in chapter 7. Which chapter 7 is my favorite chapter because it has all the symbols, as well as in the index there's more symbols. But I love being given symbols because they're amazing, and they're fun to work with. I really like working with the symbols. And of course, I can't find Shanti. Oh, right here. Look at that beautiful symbol. So, Shanti. It says, Shanti is a symbol named after a chant for peace. Chanting or drawing this symbol brings peace, healing any disturbance or restlessness by evoking a sense of inner peace. Shanti encourages us to let go of what we cannot control. Being peaceful in the present, Shanti heals fear, insomnia, and chronic fatigue, and gently opens the chakras and brings clear psychic vision. It heals past traumas as well. Shanti is credited to Pat Courtney of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I love it that he does not claim to have downloaded all of the symbols. He gives credit to where credit's due. He's really great about that. He has ethics. I love Christopher Penczak. I've seen him speak live about other books. He's amazing. His school is wonderful too. I haven't gone to take any classes yet with him, but I would love to one day. So anyway, I highly recommend this book. So why I'm discussing Reiki right now in this specific moment in time is because Reiki, as you heard, it, you know, that symbol can heal insomnia. But really, any of the symbols can. Reiki is, you can use it for meditation. You can use it for healing. You can use it, like I stated, as a prayer. So my father is very Catholic. He grew up he went through Catholic school, high school, and he's taught CCD. For anyone who knows what that is, that's Catholic catechism that you have to go through if you're going to become a Catholic. So my dad, even though the Pope had stated that Reiki is okay, Reiki is not a spirituality. It is not a religion. It is a philosophy. It is, I would almost say, almost like a way of life as well. There are tenets to live by, which he goes over in this. I'll just read them to you. So this is where the philosophy aspect comes in. It's not just a healing modality. It's really, I would really say it really is a way of life, in the sense that Reiki will transform you. It will change the way you think. It will change your thought processes on religion, I would say. And not to sound scary, but it shows you that when you pray for someone, that really is working magic. And Reiki teaches you ethics. It's all about asking for permission. You want to ask people for permission. You want them to ask you for Reiki. You don't want to just send Reiki to someone. That's going to tie up, that's going to create karma for you. It's going to create karmic ties to that other person. Some Reiki teachers will tell you you can ask their higher self. And that's true. I would say you could do that for waterways, for the earth, for inanimate objects. I Reiki everything. I worked as a caregiver, and there was this vacuum cleaner that supposedly wouldn't work. Now, whether it would or wouldn't, I would Reiki it. It worked for me. It would turn on after I gave it Reiki. Supposedly, my coworker could not get this vacuum cleaner to work, but I would give it Reiki and it would turn on. People, you could Reiki your car, you can Reiki computers, you can Reiki plants. Like my awesome plant here, it's, plants love Reiki as well. So you can Reiki animals. I give my pets Reiki. Pets with Reiki, they're very sensitive. It's better to give them distance Reiki. Hands-on is a little bit too much for them. So anyway, so this is the Reiki principle. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will respect all life. So Reiki is a philosophy. And like I said, a lifestyle, a way of life. It teaches you ethics. It teaches you compassion for yourself and others. It teaches you that we are really all connected. We are all living and surviving off of this universal life force energy. And So when you send someone a prayer without asking for their permission or them asking for it to be prayed for, you can be influencing that person and their life, and maybe they're going through something that they need to go through, or they on some level requested to go through, and you praying for it, a different outcome is interfering with their free will. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go against anyone's free will. So Reiki is used back east on the East Coast a lot in oncology wards to help with pain management. It's starting to be used more out here in Phoenix, but when I first moved out here, I was trying to find programs and places to go volunteer, and hospitals were like, no, we don't do that, which I found really interesting because I think Phoenix is so progressive and there's so many spiritual people here. I mean, there's so many new age bookstores and shops, especially with Sedona being so close. I was just really shocked that they didn't have Reiki programs. There are some now. I have a friend who does it. Of course, it's shut down now because of what's going on, even though it's needed even more. Hopefully, they're able to still give the oncology patients distance Reiki, I'm hoping. So anyway, so my dad, back to my dad. This is so scattered. I apologize, guys. I don't know why. I've been wanting to film this for 2 weeks, and I've just been really blocked. I have not really found the time or the motivation to film, and I don't know, this I feel passionate about Reiki. I love Reiki. I've been practicing Reiki for a long time now. About 13 years, I would say. So, and I've attuned a few people to Reiki. I've even given attunements from a distance. It's amazing. I love Reiki. So, anyway, back to my dad. My dad, he was like, oh no, I don't want Reiki. I was able to practice on my mom and my sister and my niece. My niece, she loves Reiki. She's like, Reiki, Reiki. She loves crystals. She loves Reiki. Like, I love it. Like, she's all for all of it. But my dad was like, no way. Like, you're not giving me Reiki. Like, he's really weird. He does not like getting massages. He doesn't. But, it's like, I can send him Reiki from a distance, but he was still like, no, I don't want Reiki. I don't want anything. Like, no. So anyway, what I was saying before was the Pope states that Reiki is okay. I told him that he did not care. I think I read something that, like, I don't know, maybe some branch of the Catholic Church, like, now they're saying that, no, I don't know. Who cares? I don't care anymore. At the time when I was studying, I did still care, and I wanted to know that, like I had stated previously, Christianity was a big part of my life, so, I only wanted to do things that were in line with that, because I truly, wouldn't want to do anything harmful. So Reiki is not. Reiki, like I said, it's not a religion. It's not a spirituality. It's a philosophy, and it just teaches you ethics and a moral code, and it taps you into the unity of life, the collective consciousness, the unity consciousness, and it's amazing. So my dad, he, I think this was like a few years ago. I think it was like around Thanksgiving. I don't really remember at this point, but I was talking to my grandmother, and she was like, your father just went to the hospital, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? Okay, so I didn't know, so I got off the phone with her, and I called my dad's cell phone, and he answered, and he was like, he could hardly talk. He could hardly, like, and my dad, he is a loud New Yorker. from the Bronx. He speaks really loud, like he yells. This is his normal talking voice. Whoo! So for me to hear him being like, hello, it was really like, oh my gosh, like my dad's in pain. So they were in the ER, emergency room, waiting. He hadn't seen anyone. He hadn't gotten any pain medicine or anything yet. So I'm like, okay, let me talk to mom. So he puts my mom on the phone, and I go, Mom, ask Dad if he wants Reiki. So she asked him, he goes, yeah. And I go, oh, okay. So they had to go, the doctor came out, or the nurse or someone came out to talk to them. And so while that was going on, I do my symbols, and I tap into my dad's energy, and I send him Reiki. So then 10 minutes later, I get a phone call back from my dad. My dad sounds almost normal. He's like, hi, and I'm like, hello. He goes, I could feel that. I felt so much better right away. That got rid of the pain. Thank you so much. So, now whenever there's a situation or my dad's in pain or someone's in pain, he's not afraid to ask me for Reiki. And I think that's amazing because it really is amazing. If you're in pain, it will take care of the pain. So I have really bad insomnia, and you would think that Reiki would help, but I still can't turn my mind off. So it doesn't really help with that, for me at least, but I know some people use Reiki for insomnia, and it will help them relax, and it will help them focus on something else so they can go to sleep. So I highly recommend you guys looking into Reiki videos. I know that there's a lot of great Reiki videos online. Look into taking classes at your local, metaphysical shop, or even any Unity church. There's Reiki practitioners who will teach Reiki. Spiritualist churches usually have people who will teach. You could, depending on where you live, even check with local hospitals. They usually have classes, like I said, because, they will give Reiki to oncology patients who are in a lot of pain, and at that point, they just try anything and everything, which is amazing. So, I love that. So, I'm debating if I want to send you guys Reiki, so you can kind of see. I don't know if I am going to, because I'd rather, I don't know. I'm not sure really how that works, I guess. I haven't, I've seen other people on YouTube do it, send Reiki to people, whoever wants it. And I had planned on doing that, but I'm not quite sure. So I think I might save that for another time. But I think I will stick with my format of I'm going to pull a card. Tonight I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you all. I do have my moon earrings in and my awesome moon ring on from Tribute Creations. Denise is so amazing, you guys. Like, she wraps up her your purchases in like nice tissue paper and then ties it really nice with really nice string. But she also gifted me this cute bracelet, and she also has gifted me another pair of earrings. I've ordered like so many items from her, and she sometimes throws in like a little gift. She is so sweet. Like, you guys, I really like supporting ethical businesses, especially businesses that are run by women, and she's a one-woman show, and she's amazing. So, I'm not paid to say that. She gives gifts. She didn't, the first time she gave me a gift, she didn't know. Like, I hadn't given her a shout out or anything on social media, so it's not like I'm getting any kickback or anything. Because, like I said, I don't, I'm try not to be a consumer, but at the same time, it's like, I guess what I meant by that when I said that in the other video is not to not be a consumer, because, I mean, yeah, we all consume, but what I meant by that is, I guess, being a conscious consumer, being aware of who you consume from. You know, another great thing about this is I really wanted to stop drinking Starbucks coffee and Dutch Brothers and all of that, and I really have, because the lines are so stupid long. I'm not going to wait in line. Like, I'm just not. Like, it's not that serious. So I've been making a lot more coffee at home and just drinking that, and we're going to the local coffee shop where they are actually, like, artisans. Like, they're baristas. Like, they tamp the coffee. They pour the shots the old-fashioned way, not from a machine. Like, so good. I prefer that anyway. So I'd rather support local. I'd rather support small business. And I think that's really important right now. So you guys, look at the back of these cards. Like, they're so gorgeous. I love this deck. And this was the deck I was going to use like a while ago. I was going to pull a card. So I'm just going to see. I'm just going to ask for a one card pull. What message do we all need to hear right now? Interesting. So I got card number 37, Fruition. It says, this is the harvest moon. As the seasons turn, there is always a time when all the potential of the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest. And they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The trees have flowered, and now there is fruit to pick. It is time for the harvest. I welcome the joyous fruition of all the intentions I set. When we are able to bring something to fruition, whether it be a planting, a project, or a change in ourselves, it is the perfect time to celebrate all that we are grateful for. And to mark our achievement, we may have worked very hard to bring this new situation into reality. We may have been patient in the way we have worked over time and sacrificed much to make it happen. The harvest moon is the time to be happy about our success and to share it with others. Our ancestors would dance and sing and have community festivals of thanks, all to celebrate the fruition of all that hard work and to thank the gods for their assistance. These times of high energy are also times to really focus on your body, as they can be quite taxing to our system. If we don't take care, it is often the time we can get ill. This moon normally falls on the moon closest to the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. Companion stone or metal is garnet. Interesting. I wonder what is coming into fruition for all of us at this time of spring and planting, and we're just, getting ready. So, I'm not sure. I'm at a loss. I have no idea what's coming to fruition. I know that we are all ready for everything to, go back to where we can be social and we can interact, and, even empaths and introverts are ready to get out of the house and mingle and have some freedom back. Now that it's over 100 degrees every day in Phoenix, I'm just ready to go to the pool. So anyway, I wanted to read something really crazy. I know that a while ago I pulled a card after this time period, and I pulled Indolence. And I hadn't actually read it, I just gave you what my interpretation and what I was thinking it meant. But I really wanted to read this to you guys because I read it today. I was doing readings for myself, and I got this card and I was like, what the heck? I have to read this. This is crazy. I can't believe it. So give me 1 second to find it. I just have to read this to you because it is just, woo. So Indolence is the 8 of Cups in the Thoth deck. It says the water of resignation, instinct, renunciation, self-denial, resignation to one's fate is the instinct of the card. The goal is finding purpose and meaning in the depths of seclusion. Yeah, we really have been doing that this time, right? The light, relinquishing control, letting go, transformation. Okay, so the shadow side of this card is depression, suicide, and self-pity. Yeah. All right, the quality, nullification of values, destruction of the form. Yeah, well, society is definitely going through a restructuring, that's for sure. The Indolent 8. As a result of the poisonous 7, malarious morass shows a rotting sea whose last water is molding in mud holes. In the air there is a stench of fever swamps where contagious viruses lurk. Listen to that. Where contagious viruses lurk. Poisonous vapors rise to the heavens, and on the horizon a pale sulphurous light is falling. The lotus is withered, and there are only 2 blossoms to be seen bending over the chalices, whose sides have cracks, and the handles are broken. Although water still streams into the bowls and fills the ones below them, the farmland has long turned into a cesspool, and the fresh water is sucked up by the morass. Energetically, we find ourselves in the dark night of the soul, where there is not even the slightest sign that morning will someday dawn again. This corresponds to the hopelessness of the situation at the end of the battle of attrition, where a person breaks on the superiority of another. Crisis is the true leading actor of this card. It is oriented towards complete failure. Only from this lack of success can the insight grow that we must retract the personal ego and find ourselves anew in the gladness of being able to let things happen. Inwardly, this picture warns us of the rotten swamps we are approaching or in which we have already lost our way. It shows that our perspective of the world and our attitude towards life has become moldy and is desperately in need of fresh waters. No matter if we are threatened with decay because of self-compliance, indolence, or have become stuck in dangerous sectarianism, it is urgently necessary to change our ways. Yes, you guys, it is. It is absolutely time for us to change our ways. It's time. And as much as I want things to go back to being social and having social interaction, I do hope that this does usher in certain changes, and hopefully, instead of turning to the dark side of it, of depression and loneliness, that we can find other ways to connect with people, with communities, such as online or, meditating and going within and really finding faith and having hope. And, at this time, that's what we really need, and that's why, I wanted to talk about Reiki, because it can give you that faith and that hope. It can give you a sense of belonging, and as well as feeling like you're doing something. Anyone who is religious knows that prayer works. There are studies that have been done. Just as I know that prayer works, I know that Reiki works. It is amazing, and I really recommend you all try it out. And I wish you well, and I send you all of my love. Thank you.